Don't you just have an active imagination and tell people what your subconscious creates as a possible explanation for things we don't understand? Um, yes, yes and no. In the early days, I tell all of my students, see, feel, hear, pretend. Make it up. Because what your little intuition voice and the voice of spirits is very subtle. It's very faint. It's the finest, finest of frequencies. So you have to really listen and be very sensitive in the early years. So you are going to make it up because it's going to spark some kind of imagination, and you're going to be off and running with your imagination. There's a certain point as you get more and more experience where you go, oh, I made that up. That's my construction. That, I didn't make that up. I have no idea where that came from. So it starts with those kinds of realizations that you say, that isn't something I've ever thought of. I wonder where that came from. Or you're saying, wow, that's so as an artist, right? You're given, the muse speaks to you and you have an inspiration to create a piece, right? So you're going to go create that piece. But then your imagination has to join forces. If you let spirit give you the inspiration and then your imagination adds to that as an artist, that's where you get the whole piece, right? You wouldn't create something just completely from spirit. It wouldn't make sense. It has to join your energy, come from your hands and your imagination. So I think they work together, but as a shaman, you want to be very clear that if someone's coming to me and I'm channeling, I'm talking to their spirit guide, that I'm very clean at repeating what their spirit guide says. And as you get better and better at it, guides will correct me. I'll use a word and they'll say, no, don't use that word. Because they know that that word doesn't mean something different for you. So they will correct it. And I have to absolutely say, sorry, they don't want me to use the word abundance, they want me to use the word plenty. Don't know, but we're going to do that. So it's about being really a clear channel and having no filter of imagination, right? Sometimes when I'm working with a client, I just have to stop because spirit's not being clear. So I'm not going to run forward with what I imagine they're trying to say. I just stop and say, sorry, we need to wait a minute. Or sometimes the signal drops out. My focus shifts to something else and it's like, whoops. And you have to focus again.